Hello Junior 5, how are you? I wish you are fine. Today we are going to talk about friction. Lesson 1, Friction Force. What is friction force? It is a force exists between two surfaces when they touch each other and affects in the opposite direction of the movements. Where can we see friction? During sliding on ice, between the ice and slider, pushing a box on the ground. The friction force is between the box and the ground. Friction between bodies. On stopping pedaling during riding a bike, the bike speed decreases till it stops. Why? Due to friction forces that affects in the opposite direction of the movement direction. So friction force affects in the opposite direction of the movement direction, not the same direction of movement, in the opposite direction. Factors affecting friction force. The surface area. When the surface area of the moving object increases, the friction force increases. So there is direct relation between surface area and friction force. Folded paper has a small surface area, has smaller friction force, has larger speed. Unfolded paper has larger surface area and larger friction force. Folded paper reaches the ground first. When folded paper and unfolded paper thrown down, because folded paper has a smaller surface area, smaller friction force and greater speed. The second factor that affects the friction force, the type of surface material. Friction force increases between rough surface and decreases between smooth surface. The speed of the body. When the speed of the body increases, the friction force increases. Air resistance. It's a type of friction force that arises during the movements of solid objects through the air. Life applications. Rockets, trains, aircrafts have a streamlined shape. Why? To decrease the surface area, so the air resistance decreases and the speed increases. Rocket has a streamlined shape to decrease surface area and the air resistance decreases, so its speed increases. Rocket has a streamlined shape. Train has a streamlined shape to decrease surface area, to decrease air resistance or friction force, so its speed increases. Train has a streamlined shape. Parachutist open his parachute during landing to increase the air resistance by increasing the surface area. So his speed decreases and he lands safely. So parachutist open his parachute to increase air resistance, to increase surface area, and his speed decreases. so the landing will be safe. Birds stretch their wings during landing to increase the surface area, so the air resistance increases, causing their speed to decrease. Again, birds stretch their wings during landing. There are three reasons: to increase surface area, to increase air resistance, to decrease the speed, so the landing will be safe. Water resistance. It's a type of friction force that arises during the movement of a solid object through water. Fish has streamlined shape to decrease surface area, so the water resistance decreases and its speed increases. Fish have streamlined shapes to decrease surface area, so the water resistance decreases and their speed increases. Again, fish have streamlined shapes. There are three reasons: to decrease surface area, to increase speed by decreasing water resistance. Ships and boats are designed with streamlined shapes, give reason: to decrease surface area, so the water resistance decreases and their speed increases.